Hey, it's Brock here from Rock Hill Farms, and today we're going to move some dirt. I've been working on grading around this building for a while now, and I initially, when we dug this, didn't get it exactly the way I wanted it, so we're going a little backwards about fixing it now. But I want this hill to be pushed back further and a more gradual slope so I can routinely drive the tractor around the building that way. So as we're digging this out, we have a second job, which is to take this loose dirt and pack it along the back side of the Quonset hut. I built this 2 foot wide, 2 foot tall block wall, and next to that, as an afterthought, I put in a drain line, and that's just barely buried at all. So I want to build dirt up over that. That will shorten up the amount of hillside we have to maintain over here, and I eventually want to work that slope back and make it more gradual. So I've already had a full day. It's a Monday. Mondays are always hectic. So I'm not starting on this until after 4, and it's gonna be dark by 7. So I've only got a little bit of time to see how much I can get done, but that's just how it goes in life. If I got an experienced operator out here, they'd do it with the right machine, right? If I had an experienced operator and a mini excavator out here, they'd do everything I'm talking about in a day. But I just do it as I can, so let's get on the tractor and get started. Well, you know the old saying, I guess it's old now, that everyone has a plan till they get punched in the face. Well, it took me about 4 seconds from my monologue to get punched in the face. So I come over here. Not bad, not bad. Right here. Yeah. There's no way I can work over there. That was clay I dug up and repacked in. It wasn't packed that well, and so it's too muddy. There's no way I'm gonna be able to take dirt up the backside of the building, but I should still be able to work on this over here and dig it out, because as soon as I get this top layer off, we should be back to dry ground there, and I should be able to work on my access up this way. Once I get that done, I can get around here and clean up this debris and mess we've got back in this corner. The last time I worked on this, I tried loading the dump truck with the backhoe and using the dump trailer to get all this dirt out of the way, but that wasn't very efficient because this little tractor backhoe will just barely reach over the side of the dump trailer. So what I've found to be the best strategy for me is to grub it all up and get it loose with the backhoe and then scoop it out with the bucket. The tractor has now died 3 times in a row, and I don't know what's going on with it. I've got a couple of ideas maybe that I'll run by you guys. There's no warning lights or error lights or anything on the dash, but I'm not looking at the dash before it dies, so maybe it's saying something in that case. I think what I'm gonna do, I've got a good pile of loose dirt here. I'm actually gonna get on the tractor and drive it and see if I notice it, if it still dies while I'm driving, and see if I notice that and if it says anything on the gauge. So hopefully it's nothing major. I would hate to have a tractor sitting in the shop for a while. Let's find out. I think the machine did just tell me what was wrong with it, and it's what I thought it might be, which is probably good news. So maybe a week ago, I lose track of time, but not too long ago, I did a video cutting up a tree down there, and I got a couple comments, be careful driving over that brush, it's gonna snag something. Well, it did. And there's a connector under the tractor that basically tells it that it's in neutral. And so we finished the job, and I got on the tractor, and it wouldn't start. It was saying shift to neutral. As I got down and looked under it, I saw that cable unplugged, plugged it back in. Now, after the 4th time of it shutting itself off, I went around and looked, and the screen didn't say anything, just like normal, like it was ready to start. Then it said shift to neutral, and then it went back to normal. And so it's losing and gaining connections on that neutral switch. So let me get under there and see if I can see anything wrong, or maybe where it might be coming unplugged at. All right, so here is the wire, or the connector, that's not wanting to make connection. Everything seems to be plugged in all right. Not sure what else to do other than just wiggle that a little bit and see how it does. I'm just taking the spoils right down the hill so that they are out of the way, but still not very far away when I need to bring this dirt back up here and fill along the side of the building. This makes me think about the concept of becoming an equipment operator and the amount of time it really takes. Because anyone can learn how to operate the machine and move the levers pretty quickly, but figuring out the most efficient way to accomplish a job is a much longer learning curve. So after I scooped all the loose dirt out with the bucket and tracked it in quite a bit, I was starting to get a decent little ramp, but it needed to be a lot more gradual. So I'm working on trying to build that slope with the backhoe bucket, which I've never actually done before. Any other slope like this I've tried to do, I did with the box blade. So this will be a good learning experience as I try to do this really all the way around the building. Well, sometimes it's just not your day. I thought I was going to be out here around 1 o'clock. It was about 4:30, 4:45 before I actually got started digging, and the tractor's still shutting itself off. I've got a spot right here that's too muddy. When I try to back up right there to dig here, I'm sinking in, so just nothing productive is really coming of this. I mean, I made a little bit of progress, but it's not my day. I just got a text message with an address, and I looked at that for a second and said, why is someone texting me their address? I told someone I'd come out today, this evening, and price a tree job. So I'm gonna go get that done. Tomorrow, I'll see if I can figure out why that keeps shutting itself off, and hopefully soon we'll be back to working on this. I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links over here to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.